Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, August 13th, and this is a special council meeting. I would like to go ahead and please call this meeting to order at 6:31 p.m. If I could please have a moment of silent meditation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Roll call, Mayor Cubillos.
Here.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Here.
Councilperson Mathis is not here. Councilperson Urban.
Present.
Councilperson Roman is not here. Also present for the record, Janice Jacoby, Village Clerk, Christia Lu, Village Manager, Norman Powell, Interim Village Attorney, and Chief Magnuson.
Thank you. With that said, can I get a motion for approval of the agenda?
I'll move to approve the agenda, Madam Mayor.
Motion's been made by Vice Mayor Nickerson. May I get a second?
I'll second the motion.
Second by Councilperson Urban. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, our agenda for August 13th does pass. Tonight we have an exciting evening. We have a longtime officer of the Village of El Portal now becoming one of our own. Not that you were not one of our own before, but now you're going to be one of our full-time officers. So with that said, it gives me great pleasure to please bring up our chief and Officer Angel Lopez.
Well, first I'd like to say thank you all for being here. Thank you all. You know, it is a special moment when you get to work with somebody, but albeit on a part-time basis, where you like somebody, you think he's a really good officer, but you only see him a couple times a month. So when the opportunity came up and we were moving to shore up this department, and we are stepping in that right direction to do this each and every day, and again, thanks to the department, and thanks to all of you up there for allowing us to move forward like this. There was an opening for a full-time officer that we certainly needed to fill, and without any hesitation, when it was brought up to Officer Lopez, he thought about it for a couple minutes, called me back and said, yeah, let's do it. He conferred with his boss, and everything went well, ma'am. And it's just a pleasure to have him here. We have a great team in place, and more important than what I wanted was how everybody took to him when they heard he was coming over full-time. So I think that's great. It's very well, very much needed. There really isn't much change in what you're doing. You're a professional out there part-time. You're going to be professional full-time. Just going to be working more. I mean, that's basically it. The demands and the challenges remain the same. It's just magnified now. So going through the formalities, we'll do the oath one more time. You have your badge on already, so it's a little bit awkward, but we're going to do it the right way. So if you would please raise your hand. I, Angel Lopez, being duly sworn by the Mayor of El Portal,
being duly sworn by the Mayor of El Portal,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
protect, and defend the Constitution
protect, and defend the Constitution
and government of the United States of America
and government of the United States of America
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I will in all respects
and I will in all respects
observe the provisions of the Constitution
observe the provisions of the Constitution
of the state of Florida
of the state of Florida
and charter of the village of El Portal,
and charter of the village of El Portal,
and that I will and faithfully perform the duties
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
of police officer
of police officer
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and will faithfully discharge the duties on which I'm about to enter.
and faithfully discharge the duties of my office.
I do further swear or affirm
I do further swear
that as police officer,
as police officer,
I will faithfully serve and protect to the best of my abilities
I will faithfully control and to the best of my abilities
all citizens regardless of race, color, or creed.
all citizens regardless of race, color, or creed.
I accept by the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics
I accept the law enforcement code of ethics
of the International Association of Chiefs of Police
of the International Association of Chiefs of Police
as my standard of conduct
as my standard of conduct
while on or off duty,
while on or off duty,
and swear to faithfully abide by and defend the same.
and swear to faithfully abide by the same.
Congratulations, Officer Lopez.
And Mrs. Lopez will come up and join us for a picture. We'll take a 2-minute recess to take some pictures.
How are you, how's the family? It's my question every time I. Congratulations. Nice to see you again. I know I've seen you some holiday parties. Officer Lopez, you're in the middle. Mama Lopez. Can we all get a little this way? Just because the lighting is so much better. Yes, yes. Compare back here. Lopez, let's get you right now.
Squeeze in, squeeze in.
All right.
Oh, okay, then, Mrs. Lopez, please. Yeah, over here. There you go. You see that dance move?
You guys have to squeeze in a little bit. Yep.
What kind of phone do you have?
The iPhone, but she probably doesn't want it sideways. Sometimes sideways doesn't come out good.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate it. Again, congratulations. Welcome. Sorry.
Por eso lo tomé, me lo imaginé. Tranquila, yo se lo paso a él.
Congratulations, Manager.
Thank you for being here and supporting such a wonderful moment for our village and for the department. At this time, we have good and welfare. If anybody would like to come up and to the podium, name and address in 3 minutes, please. Okay, hearing none, we're going to go into the first. Yes, Board.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Dr. Lightfoot, Ward 415, Office 88 Terrace. We don't have to pick up until the end of September, mid-September, right? It's September or October, one of those.
September 24th is the next ball
I
pickup.
thought so. So people putting out stuff now or what? We'll take a look at that, or have the code enforcement take, because there's things out and a lot. Especially on my side. So that's the first one. The second one is, age, that's all. And the third one is this the second budget meeting?
No, we haven't had our first budget hearing yet. That's in September.
Yeah.
The special council meeting initially is to approve the line of credit.
Credits. I got it.
And then we took the opportunity, since we're having it, to go ahead and put in the proposed millage rate, so we don't have to do it in September. We really should do it now, as opposed to September.
And the last one is, I wasn't able to make the
Backpack giveaway?
The council or the mayor's.
The backpack giveaway,
that-
national
that
night?
thing,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Did you need some?
No,
Oh, okay.
I just, the comments. If you have anything left over, told them to go to City Hall to see.
Okay.
And it was it very well attended? Because it was
Yes.
the night.
Yes.
Yeah, because the comments came back and I'm going like, tell me, I don't have any children. And my grandchildren were there out of state, so I commend you again. But, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. Have a good evening. Anybody else for good and welfare? Ms. Alou, did you want to take an opportunity to introduce the two new employees?
Yes, I'd love to, thank you. Today is the first day, or maybe the second day, for a couple of our new staffers. We have with us our new office administrator, please stand. This is Tony Cisneros. Tony is coming to us from Palm Beach County, where he did finance and office administration as well, so we're very happy to have him. He's already put in some innovations in the office after just one day, so thank you and welcome to the Village of El Portal. And we also have Miriam Herrera, who is our new building clerk. And Miriam, her first day is today. She had an opportunity to do some training with Blair, whose last day was today as well. And Miriam comes to us from private construction practice. She was in the construction business for the past 15 years. So we're very happy to have both of them join our team.
Thank you. I'm happy to be with you guys.
Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and you're in good hands, and we wish you all the best, and we look forward to great things in your new roles here. Anybody else in good and well for Ms. Francis? Do you have anything for us? No cat? Okay. No cat request today? Okay. Now we're good? Okay. Now we're going to go right into our second reading for the line of credit extension. This is brought forward by the manager, and it's just a preemption to be sure that we do not fall back on our loan or falter in our loan or default in our loan with regards to while we wait to receive monies from the state. The manager and I are in constant contact through emails with the state. Although we have been obligated the $2.3 million, I want to say about $165 has been taken from that to pay back an old Wilma bill that did not get paid or overpaid or underpaid. And then the rest of it is still in the state's hands. It is completely past FEMA audit and inspection and all of that good stuff. We closed out with FEMA probably about 4 weeks ago on a conference call that they called the RTI, which is the Request for Transition Information Team, when we had a conference call. And now we're answering last requests from the state. And if they do not release all the funds at once, they'll start releasing portions as they start, going through the material themselves. So it's looking good that it'll be soon, but we wanted to just be precaution and make sure that we get this done and not default. So with that said, I'll bring up our bond attorney, Jolinda.
Good evening. I'm Jolinda Herring with the law firm of Bland All, and I'm here to talk to you about the ordinance. So this is an ordinance on second reading. It passed on first reading, and it is, as the mayor said, to extend your loan that you currently have out with Synovus Bank, which was prior Florida Community Bank, and your banker is here. So we went through the details at the last meeting, but if you'd like for me to go over them again, we can certainly do that.
I think it's important that you go through it, and if the council has any questions, I think it's important that they ask them as well, just so that we're all on the same page and comfortable with anything that they may not be comfortable with or are comfortable with. So if we can read not only the preemption, but tell us a little bit about any changes from the original line of credit to this one.
So the changes from the original to this one is that your interest rate is going up about 20 basis points, I believe. And also it is being extended for 1 year. So this line of credit will mature July 29 of 2020. So you have another year to be able to pay the line of credit back. So that's where we are.
Just one question, Raphael, you were nodding your head when she said it went up. Did you want to add something to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening, Raphael Barrero, Synovus Bank. Technically speaking, technically speaking, the spread has gone up from the original loan from 201 to 205. Now, the interest rate itself also has gone up, but we have no control over the 30-day LIBOR. We only have control over the spread, and just the market has, since the last loan has gone up. So she is right that it's gone up, but more specifically, it's the spread that's gone up. And when you lump that on top of it, 30-day LIBOR, which has gone up. That's why there's an overall increase.
Got it. Okay. Does the council have any questions for either Jolinda or for our banker?
Just one quick question to clarify for the bank. At the last meeting, you had said the interest rate was going up 4 basis points to 2.05, correct?
I don't recall exactly what I said, but let me break it down. That's
Yes.
how it's going to be. The new loan's going to have a spread of 2.05.
Right.
So whatever the 30-day LIBOR is on the first day of the month, we're going to lump 205 in it.
Okay.
Currently, what you're getting under the old format, your current rate is 4.24. If it were today that we were closing the loan and we recalculated today, the new rate would be 4.46. And again, this takes into account just the natural rise of the 30-day LIBOR.
Okay.
Any other question for the banker or for Jolinda? And I just want to go on the record again saying, when the money comes in and our priority is to pay off the loan, there's no penalty to pay early.
Correct.
Okay. And the other thing I want to say, the village to date has not defaulted on any payment.
No, it has not.
And we're not also taking out any additional money. This is the same exact loan.
Correct.
Any other questions? Hearing none, did you want to go ahead and read the,
So the title, an ordinance of the Village of El Portal, Florida, approving the execution and delivery of amendment to financing agreement, providing for the rights, securities, and remedies for the owner of the note, making certain covenants and agreements in connection therewith, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
thank you, Jolinda. Is there a motion to approve, before I open up for comment, is there a motion to approve the ordinance 2019-03?
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance.
Motion's been made by Councilperson Urban. Is there a second? Second by Councilperson Mathis. Let me go ahead and close the special council meeting. Any public comments on this ordinance? If so, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
I just want to clarify. So,
Francis, can you just your name and address for the record, please?
Francis Siegel at 214 Northwest 91st Street. So we were talking about the interest rates on the loan. Are we paying any interest, or when does it start? Approximately, what is the amount? And will it affect our taxes this year?
Hello. Yes, we have been paying our monthly interest. We will continue to do that
Oh.
until those funds are given to us from the state, and then we can pay the loan off. And no, it will not affect your taxes. We are just paying from our general fund.
From the general fund, but doesn't that get it?
But it was already encumbered and obligated for this purpose.
It was already in
Yes.
the budget? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you, Francis.
Like the Ward 415 off of 88 Terrace, I have to address you. Do we know it was going up?
The interest?
Yeah.
Yeah, when the initial meeting went with the when they met, I wasn't at the meetings afterwards, the banker informed the manager about the LIBOR increase.
And you understood that it was gonna increase this amount? Sorry.
You want, me?
No, I have to address you, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes, I was aware, but I'll let the
But
manager.
you don't have to answer all the questions. You
Yeah,
know.
no, I know that, but we're gonna answer your question. Yes, I was aware.
Your rate was acceptable, you said 20%? Is that 20%?
No, not 20%.
Okay, because I heard something, what did I hear?
No, he did not say it's 20%. He said whatever the LIBOR is, so we had it at 3 point something, and right now, if we close today, it would be 4.46.
That's an average of what?
You know what, what I can do is what I can do is I can have him come back up when you're done, and I can have him answer that question when I close comments, okay?
Okay, because I got two.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the first one was, did we know that it was going up? what, that percentage. That was the first one. And second one, for whatever reason, you know, I'm not pessimistic, I'm optimistic. We don't pay it off, what do we look like?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so to the first question, the rate increase, since this loan was taken out about a year ago, the LIBOR rate has increased. At that point, it was 1.90. And keep in mind that we're putting a spread on top of that. Right now, the LIBOR is 2.21. That's an increase of 31 basis points. So just in the increase of the LIBOR, which is the benchmark that we use to calculate the final rate, it's just gone up 31 points. And that's between May 1st of last year and this morning, or actually, let's say yesterday morning, was the last time the LIBOR was published. So the trend, generally speaking now, is that's going to go down, but you have a floor, so it can only go down so far that we will allow contractually. But the bottom line is it increased. It's just, that's what the market is bearing right now. There's no getting away from that. As for the second question, the payoff, the whole point to this renewal is exactly the situation that you brought up. What happens when we're a year from now and we haven't been paid off? So what we did is what we did last time. We reviewed the village's finances. We coordinated with the village manager and the finance director, our council, and the council from the village, and came to an agreement of renewing the loan with the new terms, new rates, and we don't foresee having that same problem if we have to be here a year from now. We're not in a habit of defaulting, you know, we're the village's bank. So as far as we're concerned, the village is good for the money now, and no doubt a year from now.
I have a couple of things that I want to say. First and foremost, I can't speak for my colleagues, but I feel comfortable saying this. The loan will be paid. Because when the money comes in, because it will come in, I have full faith in myself and in this entire council sitting next to me that that is going to be our priority. 100%. We may not agree on a lot of things, but the one thing that I know that this council agrees on is when that money comes in, because not if, it's when, it will be paid. I'm not worried about that at all. Now, to answer your next question, are we comfortable and happy that the interest rate went up? No, I don't think we ever are when we buy cars and homes. We never want the interest rate to go up. But we had a choice. We had to either extend the loan or renew it, which I want clarity on that, or default. And I don't believe that the council would default on a loan. So as such, we had to extend it or renew it, whichever the proper term is, which I think we need clarity on that, so that we don't default. And with that comes a price of an increase. It's almost like if we wanted to pull a new line of credit on our home. So, but please, I ask you, Dr. Ward, I ask you, Francis, we're here, those that are watching us today or will be watching us down the road, I have full faith in this council and in myself that we have no intention of not paying it. When the money comes in, because it will come in, it will be paid. No questions.
So, Mayor, can I just please interject? Your financing agreement actually requires you to use the money from FEMA to pay
Yes.
back the loan. You
Exactly.
cannot use
Yes.
it for any other purpose.
Exactly. Thank you for that, for pointing that out to me. Ref,
Technically speaking, it's a renewal, it's not
Okay.
an extension. And these in the banking world, it's two different things.
okay. Okay. So, because it says line of credit extension, as long as the language in the ordinance states renewal, Jillian, not extension. So,
But keep in mind that it's banking jargon,
just
legal
gonna say-
jargon and banking
Yeah.
jargon, no
It's totally
always
different. I was
coincide,
gonna
yeah.
say, it's
You say some out, like,
Okay.
you know, type of deal.
Any other questions from the council?
I just wanted to make one point
Yes.
of clarity for layman's terms. The number 31 sounds large, right? But we are talking about 31 basis points on the LIBOR, which is equivalent to about a third of 1%. Is that correct?
Correct, so
Okay.
in numerical value is 0.31%.
So I just wanted to
Yeah,
Make-
thank you.
make that
Because when
clear.
Jalinda said 20 points, I think Dr. Ward was like,
Yeah, again,
Okay,
there's the
yes.
technical and,
Yes.
and layman's
So I
terms.
just
yeah,
wanted to.
thank you for the clarity, absolutely, thank you. 100%, thank you. Alrighty, with that said, I'm gonna close public comments. Okay, I'm gonna close oh. Oh, they're good? Okay, thank you. Jalen,
He asked the question, that's all I wanna know, what does that look like?
okay.
They're good.
That, Synovus.
She's the lawyer, I'm the banker.
Synovus Bank is right next to Five Guys on Biscayne. All right, thank you. I'm gonna close public comments and open up to the council. There is a motion to accept ordinance 2019-03. Any discussion before I ask for a roll call? Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Urban.
Yes.
Councilperson Roman.
Yes.
Councilperson Mathis.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Yes.
Mayor Cubillos.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you all. Thank you, Jalinda. And did you need us now to sign, or can we go through 2 more resos?
Mayor, we will do whatever you would like.
Thank you. We're gonna go through 2 resos. I don't wanna keep the council waiting. Okay. Resolution 2019-05, proposed millage rate. Attorney Powell.
Yes, a resolution of the Mayor and Village Council of El Portal, Florida, of Miami-Dade County, Florida, adopting the tentative levying of ad valorem taxes, millage rate of 8.3 mils of ad valorem taxes for the Village of El Portal, Florida, and in accordance with the Charter, Section 4.05, for the budget for fiscal year 2019 to 2020. The first budget hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 10th, 2019 at 6:30 p.m., and the second budget hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 24th, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. at the Village Hall, 500 Northeast 87th Street, and directing the village manager to forward a copy of this resolution to Miami-Dade County Property Appraisal Office, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Christina, did you want to expand on this a little bit?
I can say that the 8.3 mils is consistent with the rate that it's been for the past few years. We have not increased at all our ad valorem taxes for the village.
Any questions from the council to the manager?
No, Madam Mayor.
Okay, hearing none, I have a motion to accept resolution 2019-05. Motion's been accepted by, motion been made to accept it by Councilperson Mathis. Is there a second?
I'll second, Madam Mayor.
Second by Vice Mayor Nickerson. Any public comments? I'll close the special council meeting for, this is a standard proposed millage rate resolution we do every year, generally in the month of July. Okay, hearing none, I'm going to close public comments, open it up for any discussion, any questions to the manager?
No.
Hearing none, Madam Clerk, may I get a roll call?
Roll call. Councilperson Urban.
Yes.
Councilperson Roman.
Yes.
Councilperson Mathis.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Yes.
Mayor Cubillos.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Excellent, thank you so much. Resolution 2019-06, non-ad valorem tax rate. Attorney Powell, can you please read it to the record?
Yes, Madam Chair. A resolution of the Mayor and Village Council of the Village of El Portal, Florida, Miami-Dade County, Florida, adopting the rate for solid waste and recycling services in the Village of El Portal as indicated in attachment A, imposing solid waste and recycling assessment for property located within the Village of El Portal for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2019, approving the rate of assessment for the budget for fiscal year 2019 to 2020, and directing the village manager to forward a copy of this resolution to the Miami-Dade County Property Appraisal Office, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Did you want to expand on this a little?
I can state that the last fiscal year, our recycling and solid waste fees were $339 per resident. That will be increased by 3.3% this year to $350 per resident. And that is the change. Those were the increases that were given to us by our waste removal company, Waste Management. And that is actually significantly lower than most other municipalities this year.
Is there, before I open up for public comment, is there a resolution to adopt resolution 2019-06? Motion's been made by Councilperson Mathis. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilperson Urban. I'll close the meeting for any public comments on this reso.
already for the record, Lightfoot Ward, 415 Northwest 88 Terrace. What are they doing for us? Other cities have, excuse me, you know what I'm talking about. Other cities reap something, I don't know what it is, but in years gone past, Waste Management did things for the city. They gotta give back. We keep giving up. Now we at 350.
I understand, and I agree. If I can interrupt 1 second. They do sponsor many of the events that we put together. They did donate 50 backpacks. They do those annually. They're generally a $1,000 sponsor to our 5K. They've sponsored to the Easter egg hunt in the past. They've sponsored to a wide variety of events that we have. Can they do more? Yeah, I think they can. We have to ask. I think that I think the manager has. I know I had a brief conversation with regards to, and I'm sure many of us have, as far as what we're going to do move forward. They've been with us for a long time. The last time we had an RFQ for Waste Management, I think we were about to put it up there. We changed managers at the time, so I know it's been a conversation. But I think there needs to be,
Look at that. And you know what? This is a special council meeting. This is the meeting that people need to be at. Because you can't hold those letters to the tax person. You can't hold those letters that need to go out to the property appraiser. You can't. I know that.
Yeah.
So this is the meeting that they should have been to. They're gonna come back next week. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell each one of them. You weren't here when you all were here adopting these rates. So that's gonna be a null and void issue. I will be the one to say that. God willing. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But this would have been the meeting to do that. Can't change what's there, but we certainly can negotiate. And the contract is where we start, so that it doesn't look like the property appraiser is doing this. It's the private company that's doing this. They pay fees here, like the utility companies do.
who does it?
Does the waste management people pay fees here? Absolutely not. The utility companies pay us fees, yes. But what do we got a contract, and we have, okay, add it up, because the question's gonna come up, and it's easy to do. You need some help, I help. Add up what they sponsor and what they get, and that's the bottom line as to why they can do a whole lot more besides going up on the rate often and always. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. Any other public
I
comment?
will be the proponent for them not being here. That's a mute issue. That's what happened last year. I'm gonna public comment, so I can't say what I want to say. Everybody wanna grumble, mumble, but this is the meeting, whether we could do anything about it or not, but at least they would have known that this had to go forward before we could do what we needed to do at our budget meetings. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to close public comments, open it up back to the council. Any questions for the manager?
No.
Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Roll call, Councilperson Urban.
Yes.
Councilperson Roman.
Yes.
Councilperson Mathis.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Yes.
Mayor Cubillos.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. We're going on to unfinished business. I'm going to ask the council if they would indulge me for a second. I forgot to add something briefly to the agenda. The manager and I had a meeting with this Horseman, and it went well. I received an email yesterday, and I've discussed it with the manager, but I really encourage every single member of the council to please reach out to her. I do believe, and for the audience, this was a meeting about the septic to sewer phase 1 west side. It is going forward. It's going to take a little time. It's looking that our aim is the October school board meeting. But I need the council to definitely give a call to the manager to go over a few points so that we can bring it to the council hopefully in September. I think it's very doable, I think it's very fair, and I think that we can really make it a win-win with what they're proposing to do with regards to allowing us the easement in Horaceman Field to put the lift station there. That's the only thing pending for phase 1 septic to sewer. It's the only thing pending. It is not because we dropped the bomb. It is not because we don't like the project. It is not for anything more than we needed a collaboration effort with the school board. We needed an easement on the Horaceman property so that we could put a lift station there. And an easement is real estate, and a real estate costs time and money, more money than time. And with that said, after several meetings, we finally, I think after yesterday's meeting, and I received an email, it's something that we can definitely move forward with the will of the council, so that this project can come to fruition in a timely manner, so that there's a deadline that Robert Moreno shared, and the manager will go through all that, but in an effort for time purposes, because I did not put it on the agenda, but I did tell them that I was gonna brief you all at tonight's meeting, that we had the meeting, it went well, a bit heated, but it went very well. I got the email yesterday, I called the man, I got it very late, I called the manager 6:30 last night, I told her all about it, and we think it's an opportunity for us, and we're very excited, because it looks like that if we can sign on this, the project will move forward. So I implore you to please give her a call. With that said, new business, good and welfare. All righty, hearing none, I get a motion to adjourn. Motion made by Councilperson Mathis, is there a second?
I'll second that motion to adjourn, Madam Mayor.
Second by Vice Mayor Nickerson, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, the special council meeting on August 13th concludes at 7:07 PM. Thank you.
Thank you.